I'm retired. Call the Sullivan Project podcast.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Sullivan Project podcast. Let's try this again with the next one there. How's Bill Murray there? Ghostbusters. Haven't been on here for recording in a minute. Oh my. Check this one out. I don't know down there. Anyway, welcome to the Sullivan Project podcast. Y'all, I'm your host, Harold Sullivan. Yeah, I haven't recorded in a while because I do episodes ahead of time in case I'm not feeling well of the autoimmune disease I have. So I gotta get back into that might have been the last thing on there. I don't know why it's still playing. Maybe I'll start doing it on the TV like I used to. Play it back from the YouTube channel instead of on the audio recorder so I can have it more fancy. I'm not able to edit all the stuff in later and all that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm your host, and if you want to check out other episodes of the show, we're almost on number 250 now. Go to YouTube and TikTok under Harold Sullivan 78. And then you can go to Facebook, it's Harold Sullivan period 35. And then you can email the show, actually, HS, like the initials, and 1978 2015 at outlook.com. And you can call the show 724-513-1472. It's actually around Halloween, well, a little bit before Halloween when I record this. So we got some spooky stuff. We actually just had Danielle Harris from Halloween. She did a cameo, so go check that out. Lots of music. We got some new stuff by Miley Cyrus, Britney Spears, Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Elvis Presley, and this is only on the Sullivan Project podcast. Sully Inc. exclusives. Sully Inc. exclusive stuff, so come to the channel. And I'm always putting new stuff, new promos, new cameos. We're almost at 500 subscribers. Maybe we'll have that by the time this comes up. But we're at 470 right now. Oh man, and this is like season 4, I believe. On episode 240 something, close to 250 or so. And I got a bunch of different things here to talk about. We always try to have a mixture because this is a podcast about everything for everyone. And we talk about spiritual, paranormal, metaphysical, supernatural, and then movies and sports and life, family, whatever. Just if you want to be on here as a guest, right now we're doing audio only, so we'll just do it over the phone, and I'll put on a recorder and then attach the recording to the video and upload it, or make it into a video with a picture and upload it, because I don't have a lot of technology and I'm blind and disabled. I was born with an autoimmune disease, and that's what my podcast is about. Everyone has a story. You can't judge a book by its cover. We're all here to do something. We're here for a reason. We're not just here. I've known over close to 40 people now that have died that I know of, and I've been close to death now almost 40 times. The number's going up. I just tried to call somebody I hadn't talked to in a while yesterday, and the number's disconnected, and I think they probably passed away. God bless. He's actually might have saved my life a couple of times, and I think I saved his at least once in the past. And he's elderly, got sick, had lost a lot of weight, and just at the end of his life just wasn't doing well. And couldn't hear very well either at the end. You know, a lot of stuff happens to you when you get older. And so I hadn't talked to him for a while. I figured I'd try his number, because he's had the same number for a long time, and it's disconnected, and I have no other way to get it really. But if you listen to this, reach out to me. Come down. I'm still in the same place, brother. Uh, he was in a scooter at the end. You know, he couldn't really walk because he was probably 80 something years old, maybe. But God bless him. So many other people I want to talk about, like I used to in the beginning of the podcast. My mom and dad have passed. My grandma, grandpa, a bunch of my uncles, my stepdad, stepmom. My gosh, so many of my friends, Jared and Jimmy. These are no particular order. Norman, God bless Norman. My nephew. I mean, I got, like I said, there's so many, and I'm still here. So think about it. You know what I mean? Life is very short. We live and die in a blink of an eye. We got some reviews here. Some new movies actually are coming on for free finally. I think it's because it's Halloween time. Well, not Final Destination. That one still isn't. But the new I Know What You Did Last Summer and Saw are available to stream for free. So let me do reviews of those. Actually, let me talk about Chucky. Chucky the Killer Doll called in the show, and you can go listen to the voicemail on social media. We got a new segment here called Ask Chucky. So if you want to ask Chucky a question, call in the show or email the show. Let me know, and he'll answer the question. Also, Lord Green Dispensary. There's a promo for them with Jane Silent Bob with the Sullivan Project podcast. And they say anybody in the Ambridge area, Aliquippa, whatever, Beaver County, Pennsylvania, anybody in the area, come to Pennsylvania, go to Lord Green on Merchant Street, get a free gummy, THC gummy, if you say the Sullivan Project podcast. So, check that out. I recommend doing that. And then Tatiana, let me talk about TT here. A few months back, I had a vision, okay? And I was laying in bed, and I talked about this vision I had on the podcast. And now I'm reaching out because I actually heard recently that I got a subscriber. One of my emails read to me, because they don't read every subscriber, but once in a while I get an email that says you got a new subscriber. And it was the name Tatiana, which I heard in a dream vision, whatever it is, a couple months ago. And so if you're listening, please call or email the show, because maybe I have messages for you. And I don't really want to say too much about what was going on, but I was kind of like, it was weird because it was a girl and her family, and she was like holding my hand, and I know what she looked like and everything, and the name. And I can remember what her skin felt like. It was so crazy. So I don't call those dreams, or there was something else going on. But the name TT Tatiana, I got both like in my ear. So, and then I talked about it, and then now I got the subscriber Tatiana. So reach out. Also, I'm in my 25th time through the audio Bible now in a little over 4 years. I got about a third to go almost. It's 87 hours. I do at least an hour a day, you know, as long as I'm able to, not so sick I can't do it. So God bless. It was something to get me started, you know, when I was blind and lost my sight. And if you want to hear that whole story and all that, go check out previous episodes. After that, I needed something, and it stabled me. And when I put it on now, it calms me. And I tell people, believe in you, if anything. There's no right or wrong anything. Okay, it's up to you. We all create our own reality. Everybody's reality is different. So mine's different than yours. There is no one God, one this or one that, or who's right and who's wrong to tell anybody. I'm not the judge, just a messenger, I like to say. These are Sullyisms I've been writing, along with the music that I have up there. So on the platforms again, Harold Sullivan 78 on YouTube and TikTok, Harold Sullivan period 35 Facebook. I just saw a flash of light just then. I've been seeing colors and lights and just magical stuff since I lost my sight. Unfortunately, a lot of it comes after I have like kind of like bad or not good feeling moments, or I won't even say that. It's just psychic things and other stuff that opens up tends to happen more when there's drama. And I don't want to be dramatic. Either you're born with these gifts really strong and you can do all these things, or it's caused by things happening. Like I said, I've been close to death so many times. So I'm more there than I am here, or whatever you want to say is here. You know, my parents have come and seen me after I lost my sight. They died 10 years ago or something like that. But they come to see me after I lost my sight 4 years ago or 4 years ago. It's weird how things turn off and then they turn up or on. So, yeah, Tatiana reach out to Chucky thing. And let's try to talk about a couple movies now. Final Destination. I keep wanting to say that. I want to listen to it. I can't see it anymore yet because I'm blind. But let's do Saw 10. Saw 10 basically is another type of prequel. I mean, but they know that the John dude, the character, that guy, the actor, he is the key. You know, you can't have other ones take, like when they took over, they weren't so good. So it's another prequel, basically. Spoilers, Saw 10 now. Oh my, there's so many of them. Uh, he goes to Mexico to try to find a cure for his cancer. So it goes back in time. But there's Amanda in it again. And so it shows him working with some of the other people that he ended up in the show behind each one. He was kind of working with other people. It's like, my gosh, everybody in all the movies were in on it, it seemed like at the end, you know. But it's decent. I mean, I'll put it up there with probably the last half the dozen Saw movies. Saw 10. I'd put it up there with with the first three or four probably. After five, it just started getting silly. 5 or 6, like most stuff. And then I Know What You Did Last Summer, Part 4. Spoilers. They do what you always want them to do, kind of, but they never do. But they hit they're going to do, and they make the good guy the killer. So I'm just going to say that's part of the movie at the end, and there's other stuff. And it seems like they actually included stuff from the TV show I Know What You Did Last Summer, which was like an 8 episode show I reviewed recently. And it was caca. It was like they took one of the movies and then dragged it out for 8 hours. And you don't need to know, you don't need all that. Plus, they added all the girl lesbian, like every girl's a lesbian now. I mean, this is what is in movies since like 2015. Even guys are with. I mean, I know people like all sexes, and that's fine, but not every sex is like that. They're not promiscuous like in these movies. They just go anywhere just to do it. You know what I mean? With whoever. I mean, my God, it's like that Chucky show. Where I couldn't do that after the first or second season because there was just too much, and they're overplaying stuff. I mean, I'm not young people or other people or people in different. You know, I'm not teenagers like in the Chucky show. I'm not other people, but I don't think that things are real, really like what there's. And it's a movie; it's not supposed to be real, but it's just it makes stuff look bad, in my opinion. All teenagers are not trying to do this and that, and all adults aren't either. So, but I give both the movies probably 6.5 to 7 out of 10, and that's pretty high. I've been giving lots of sevens. Well, that's usually my thing for a 7. You know what I mean? Yeah, because if it's not below a 7, I end up usually not checking it out, but I won't know until I check it out. I've had a few a little bit below that, but not really, and not really any above 8, which is, you know what I mean? But that's pretty much my high. So we got those. Let me talk about, boy, Fast 3, Fast 9, 2 reviews. Fast 3, Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, pretty good. I thought that the white dude, I don't know his name, the actor, I thought he was actually going to be like the next, like they were going to start a new story and he was going to be like the Paul Walker type. Because in movies, usually that's what they do. If they replace a character or an actor, they have another type that just come in. And that one didn't really have anybody in it but Vin Diesel in the end. And Bow Wow was in. It was good though. I enjoyed it when it came out. But it's supposed to take place later on. Comes in. It's later on in the sequels. Like they're in different order than they came out. And then same with 9. Like Han is dead. He's back in 3 and 9. I mean, he's been killed how many times now? Spoiler. I don't get that. And then they do mention Brian. They do mention Paul Walker's character. God bless him. But after he died, I just kind of couldn't do no more. You know what I mean? There's a few I haven't still seen or listened to, but I pretty much done them all. 9, they went to space, and it was just way out there. But I mean, I give that movie a 7 too. You know, out of 10, because it was still good. It had some. It's the characters now. They're driving it. Uh, Tyrese, he's just hilarious and just very cool. You know what I mean? He's just cool in all his movies. That's what was cool about part two. Ben wasn't even in that, but Tyrese and Paul together. Again, God bless Paul. We got Paul Walker stuff up on the podcast, so go check it out. So we got those two movie reviews. Also, there's a Fantastic Four documentary about the movie that was made, never released. Roger Corman from the Toxic movies, Toxic Avenger, that company that owned that franchise back in the 80s, made like $1 million movie in the early 90s. Okay, and back then they were actually rumoring for Wesley Snipes was going to play Black Panther at this time because they were going to do different Marvel movies. Doctor Doom almost was Mark Ruffalo in this movie. Uh, Black Panther wasn't in the movie, but it was a Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom, and you can go find bootlegs on YouTube and stuff. The trailer, and the trailer actually came out in the movies, but it never came out. It's like the movie just got made and then they threw it away, and I don't know. It's just weird. I never heard of that happening before that. It's probably happened since, but it comes. The documentary explains that basically they had to make the movie within so much time to to do something to make. I don't know. I guess the company made more money throwing the money a movie away. It doesn't make sense, but so it's very interesting. It's I don't know. I don't forget what it's called. Doomed or something. It's a Fantastic Four documentary, but it's very good. I would recommend that. Robert Redford just passed away. Oh man, another celebrity. My God, that's what I'm saying. We're here and they're gone. So cherish every moment. You never know. I'm in so much pain, but I'm still here. And every day I wake up, I'm thankful to eat without throwing up because I have stomach problems. And it's just, but yeah, it could be worse. Believe me, and it's been worse. So, and we all go through stuff, and don't be ashamed. Your pain is your strength, not your weakness. So tell people, get it out if you're hurting. I have to kind of lean off my leg sometimes, and like call me if you need to. If you need to cry, if you need to talk to somebody. Sometimes it only takes one moment to get past that weakness. Is you're weak and you don't want to make something wrong decision because it's hard having these human feelings. So just call somebody or call me. I'm here. You leave a message if I don't get to it. Kermit the Frog is on the voicemail. He'll answer, and I will call you back. I guarantee it. As long as you tell me the number because I'm blind and I need to know your number so I can call back. I'm here for everyone. I love everyone. Love's a choice and so is the hate. We're not ending the podcast yet, but we're about to soon. Uh, Smallville 5, let's talk about that. And then we're going to get off the podcast. Uh, so Smallville 5, yeah, I'm up to 5 in a row now out of 10. Michael Rosenbaum is going to be on the podcast. So check that out. We've actually had the girl that played Supergirl, Laura Vandervoor. I'm not sure how to say it. Beautiful though. She was a cool Supergirl at the time. But yeah, spoilers. Jonathan Kent does finally die. I thought he died before so many times because he made that deal with Jonathan, but he actually does die now in the beginning of 5. Lex and Lana kind of end up together. Lex is just really I think Michael Rosenbaum. I just saw another color flashing right there. In case anybody sees orbs on camera or hears anything, when I point that out. I think Michael Rosenbaum was the best on that show because he had to do so many things and play so many parts and whatnot. You know what I mean? So check out his interview on his cameo on the podcast. Uh, and he was just great in that season. And then they brought in who did they bring in? I think they brought in Cyborg. They brought in Arrow at the end or Green Arrow, whatever you want to call him. He was a bad guy though. More and more. And Chloe knows Clark's secret. I think I might have it in season 4. It's hard when you do them, especially in a row, to remember what happened to what season. But we're up to season 5, and they're packed with the little cameos. They set so much up in the first seasons, and now they're just going everywhere. Lana and Lex landed up together. Oh my, that's pretty bad. Oh, and Zod, that's right. They ended with Zod taking over Lex's body. So, which I never thought would happen when I was checking it out originally years ago. So that happens there. But I'm gonna give it season 5 probably a 7.5 out of 10. And I think I've done maybe 8 or 7.5 for each of the previous seasons. So about 7.5 out of 10 star for Smallville season 5. So I'm gonna get ready to sign off on. I think we got all pretty much a good cover. We'll be back here soon. More songs, more music, some more personas signed on, artists. We got Angelica Ivy. Uh, she's a British female, and girl Hannah, who's on there doing some music. Motown Magic is a group. Urban Echoes is another group. Whitney Houston. So check out the Sullivan Project podcast. I love y'all. Be the light. And like I said, remember, love is a choice, and so is to hate.